Greetings, Benjamin J. from BENZTRAINZ with another in the series. Well, another delivery from eBay. I've already opened the box. This was stuffed full of styrofoam peanuts. This is a Marx 994 with its original tinder. I found this on eBay last Thursday, if I remember right. And I picked it up for $11.50. It just got here. So I thought I'd do the grand unboxing and the 994 with its original tinder. The tinder, of course, is a nickel plate road tinder. Let me get this out of the way. In fairly decent condition. It's complete, there's no damage. It looks like it's been stored someplace hot. It's really dry. But it's in good condition. There's no appreciable amount of rust on it. So, wow, it needs some oil, no doubt. And the locomotive itself. Alright, let's see what this looks like. Whoops. So, a Marx 994 with its original tinder, $11.50 on eBay. And this is in fairly good condition. It's filthy. It's been sitting someplace for decades. There's no doubt about that. It looks like it's been stored someplace hot. You can tell by the mottling on the paint. But as you see, there is no appreciable amount of rust on it anywhere. Not on the coupler, not on the push rods or the screws, nothing on the front mounting bar. It actually looks in fairly decent condition. Let me pull the camera off the tripod and get a look at this thing. All right, there's the tinder. Now this is circa 1950, so this is 70 plus years old. Anyway, as you can see, the locomotive is dirty, filthy in fact, covered in dirt. But it is complete and there is no rust on it at all. Nothing on the push rods, nothing on the screws. Some play wear. And it's had some run time, no doubt. And it looks like it's been oiled. Some oil on the gears, it appears. Anyway, as always, first thing I'm going to do is take, this is 30 weight motor oil. I'm going to saturate the pad for the armature bearing. Squish this a bit, let it soak up some oil. Give it a turn. Go over to this side and a big drop of oil on the output bearing. All right. Well, like I said, it's in fairly decent condition. It's complete. There's no damage to it at all. It actually looks pretty respectable. All right, let's put this on the outside rail. Move this tripod out of the way. Give me some room. All right, so let's see what we have here. 994, turn on the power. Got it on the outside rail. Let's see what happens. All right, it runs in reverse and it runs forward. Wow, that's running really well. E-unit is working with no problem. The headlights on. Wow. $11.50. And as you can see, this is running just absolutely splendidly. All right. Let's put this on a consist and see if it will pull. I've got this Lionel consist here. All right. Here we go. First test, running this around the rail. Get this oil out of the way. All right, first test. Let's see how this goes. Reverse and forward. Wow. All right, there's 50% power. Wow. $11.50. This thing is running just absolutely perfectly. That's quite incredible. Wow, even the headlights on. So, I gotta say it, don't overlook the junk. $11.50 with its original tinder. Marx 994, circa 1950. Absolutely amazing. Incredible. That's running just absolutely splendidly at 50% power. Wow. Well, it was definitely worth $11.50. There's no doubt about that. All right, let me get this thing stopped. And let's put on the original tinder. Now, this tinder is really dry, as you can see. It hasn't been oiled in years, it looks like. But let's see if it'll run. All right, so Marx 994 with its original nickel plate road tinder. All right, let's see how this goes. Reverse and forward. That tinder needs to be oiled really badly. But as you can see, this is running just absolutely perfectly. So it was definitely worth $11.50. This is going to clean up really well. I get some oil on that tinder. Those wheels are really dry. But it's running with no problem at all. There doesn't appear to be any damage to it. Excuse me. There's no rust on it. Had some play wear. It's got a bit of runtime, but then again, it's 70 years old. So it was definitely worth $11.50. And I've got to say it, don't overlook the junk. And if you look around, you can pick this stuff up absolutely dirt cheap. And if you're willing to do a little bit of cleanup and lube and tune to these things, you can get some really nice locomotives at a really, really decent price. Now, as you can see, it's far from perfect. It's, first of all, filthy. Secondly, you can see by the paint, this has been stored someplace hot. That's why there's no rust on it. A lot of discoloration, yeah, but again, it's 70 years old. But there's no rust on the push rod, there's no rust on the screws or on the crossbar, there's no rust on the couplers. Now, as you can see, this thing is dirty. It has been sitting someplace forever, and this tinder is dry as a proverbial bone. But a little bit of cleanup, and this is actually going to be quite nice. So, I will clean this soap and water, of course. I'll probably spray it with some WD-40 and get all the dirt and the grime off of it. It's been sitting someplace for decades, there's no doubt. But as you can see, the locomotive itself is actually in quite respectable condition. Even the headlight is working. So it doesn't appear that it's ever been mucked with. And this is probably just as it came from the factory. It's been sitting someplace a long, long time. But like I said, it looks like it's been stored someplace hot rather than someplace damp. That accounts for no rust and this mottling effect that you get on the paint. That is indicative of being stored in an attic, very likely. But you can see there's no damage to it. It's absolutely filthy. I mean, it is just covered in dirt. So I'll get this cleaned up and pull the motor out, get it lubed and tuned, clean the brushes and the armature, and dunk this down into some hot soapy water. And then put a few drops of oil on this paint. That'll rejuvenate it. I can have this touched up in just a couple of minutes just using an ink marker. And then oil the paint, and this is actually going to look quite respectable, I think. So a Marx 994 with its original nickel plate tinder. This is the tinder that came with this locomotive. 1950, something like that, in just really, really decent condition. So let's take this around again. Now, I haven't done a thing to this except put a few drops of oil on it. Nothing else. All right, let's take it around, reverse and forward. So there's 50% power. Pulling 6 13-inch Lionel cars. So 994 with its original tinder. $11.50. Really difficult to beat that. Even the headlights working. So a big difference between when something's been stored hot rather than someplace damp. And that's running just absolutely splendidly. So I'll pull that motor out, get it lubed and tuned, oil the wheel bearings, clean the brushes and the armature. This is going to be a great addition to the collection. As you can see, this is running just absolutely splendidly at 50% power, pulling 6 13-inch passenger cars. Really difficult to beat that. I gotta say it again, don't overlook the junk. If you look around on eBay, you can find some really decent stuff at a really decent price. And it's far from perfect, but once it's cleaned up and lubed and tuned, this is going to be a great running locomotive, no doubt. Completely original, 70 years old, and I haven't done anything to it but a few drops of oil. So, anyway, I just want to do a grand unboxing video. I'll get this cleaned up and do a follow-up on it once I get it cleaned up. But as you can see, it was definitely worth $11.50. No doubt about that. Anyway, I just want to do a quick video. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to drop me an email. BENZTRAINZ@gmail.com. And as always, thank you for watching.